2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Staples Center, downtown Los Angeles. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, we've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Leonard hits them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
Lillard surveying the D. Here's Powell. Here's Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. No good with the triple.
0 for 3, not the start they're looking for.
Powell pulls it in. The Trailblazers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. McCollum finds Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Nurkic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but you would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
And here's McCollum after Paul George getting his 3 to go. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Nurkic up top. Clock at 4. Powell for 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Not how you want to start the game. 4 straight misses. I'd like to see some better ball movement from you.
Leonard, no luck. Portland's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Pulls up for 3. Powell, that's good.
That was a long time coming. Took them 5 attempts to get their first bucket.
LA's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. On the wing, George. From deep three-point range. Unable to get that one. And it's Portland the other way. McCollum with the ball. George picks him up. Nurkic the pass to McCollum. Powell, no one around him. Up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Well, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
Zubac the pass to Beverley. George looking around. On deep. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah. And I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Cantor comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Anthony subbed in for Robert Covington. The shot's good from Cantor. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on.
For a player who's almost a sure thing to score in tight, that was a stunner.
Back to Anthony. The feed now to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and then that helps account for their lead.
Now here's Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Kennard for three. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
You know, with Kennard, he can do things other than shoot. I mean, and that helps open up the three-ball floor.
43 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Simons the pass to Lillard. Dishes to Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. 5 to shoot. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Oh, respect the leaping ability of Lillard or you'll get dunked on.
Clippers trail by 8. Batum passes to Oturu. Feeds to Cousins. It's stolen by Anthony. First trip to the line for him here. The first free throw is good.
Hard to believe Lillard missed out on a couple of all-star selections. I mean, in seasons where he averaged over 25 points a game.
And it's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles. Over in the corner, Batum. And the pass to Kennard. The three. He can't get it to go. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the... Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upward.
I think it comes from being a...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Rajon Rondo is out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's Man in at the three. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And George is subbed in for Kennard. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers.
Rajon Rondo's never been a sharp shooter, but over the course of his career, he's gotten more comfortable from range.
McCollum finds Anthony. Back to McCollum. Anthony, the pass to McCollum. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
McCollum is used to getting hit. Got to respect his ability to draw contact on the way up.
And so McCollum nails both of them. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Pass to Leonard from deep three-point range. That one doesn't drop. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Here's Jones. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. The dish to McCollum. 6 to shoot. Out to Anthony. All sorts of time. And the shot is long.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
And that one's good, George.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Collin passes to Simons. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. To the inside. Cantor finds Jones. Over George. And it's off the back rim. No good. Clippers trail by 7. Jacks up a 3. Rondo's shot is off. Portland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Cantor. Excellent D there from George.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Rondo gets the bucket.
And Rondo's jumper can really unlock other parts of his game. The defense better be careful there.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Shoots the three. Rondo with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
George with the bucket.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you. The option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
Simons, the pass to Jones. McCollum outside. Fires for three. The Clippers grab the miss. Lets it go with the three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Both teams will make substitutions. McCollum dishes to Cantor. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Batum passes to Kennard. Back to Batum. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances either tonight.
Anthony finds Cantor, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
It was great to see Cantor's willingness to bang and bump down low. He brings so much toughness to his team.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. And it's Damian Lillard in for Derek Jones. Clippers trail by 5. Now Jackson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Lillard right side. And a wide open look for McCollum. Covington dishes to Lillard. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for the Trailblazers. Little comes in for McCollum. Portland leading by 5. And it's Lillard missing.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Batum passes to Jackson. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. .29 seconds left in the first half. Kennard for 3. And the Clippers miss again.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Covington kicks to Lillard. With 1 on the clock. And it is good at the buzzer. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 12 points, 2 assists. And that should...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
On the court for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. Covington with the bucket. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
You can't be too far off Covington. He's skilled at sizing up the defense and firing once he gets it.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Offensive rebound. Zubac kicks to Beverly. From deep, George. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Basket counts. Nurkic has got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Zubac the pass to Beverly. And here's George for 3. And it's George again missing.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
The 3 from McCollum, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his 4th assist in this one.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to, but this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Trailblazers.
Lillard outside. Passes it to Nurkic. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. Pass to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Just 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. Claims the three-pointer. McCollum's got 6 points in the quarter.
And there's been a drop-off in their defense since halftime. I mean, they don't nearly have the same energy they did in the first half.
And here's George for 3. Rebounded by Covington.
It's only a matter of time until his three-point shot comes back to him. I mean, he knocked down 2 threes before halftime. Nothing so far here in the second.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And Lillard kicks to Covington from deep, and that one's good. Lillard's got 15.
The remarkable range of Lillard. I mean, you see these shots he makes from distance with ease, effortless release.
Shots good by Kennard.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Talk about the great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
.132 left in the third. Lillard the pass to Powell. Just 5 on the clock. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Jackson with it. Lillard picks him up. Batum against Powell. And there's Jackson on the assist from Batum. Jackson's got his first bucket in this one. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. From deep three-point range. No good. Shot missing. Clippers trail by 16. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
As good as he is at creating his own shot, Kennard is also a solid distributor. Doesn't miss the open man when he spots him.
Lillard outside. To the paint, stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Kennard kicks to Jackson. And here is Cousins. Outside Jackson. Batum with the 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with a 14-point lead. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here, looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Batum. Rajon Rondo is out there with Kennard. And it's Marcus Morris, and it's man in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. Clippers on defense. It's a 14-point game. And so they foul intentionally. Outside, Jones. Outside, Anthony. Clock at 6. Here's Giles. Covered by Morris.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And it's George missing. Trailblazers leading by 16. Down low. Kicks it out to Jones. Simons surveying the D. Jones the pass to Simons. They get it back. And there's the pass to Giles. It's stolen by Morris. Beverly for 3. He can't hit that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Clippers moving the ball around. Good on the shot.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Anthony, the pass to Simons. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Pass to Giles. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
You know, Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And the Trailblazers lead by 20. From deep, George. And it's Portland with the rebound.
I mean, with all these three-pointers he's missed in the first half, I mean, he's become a weight around his neck. Somebody tell this guy to be more unselfish.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. To the middle. Passes to Giles. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. He feeds it to Nurkic. He gets that one.
Now, the closer Nurkic is to the basket, the more dangerous he is. A solid interior scorer.
We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Beverly, the pass to Morris. Los Angeles with another miss. And Portland with the ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. Lillard finds Powell. And here's McCollum for 3. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 5 assists tonight.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Portland.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Damian Lillard.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Portland's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Beverly against Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. Here's Giles. He dishes it to Nurkic, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. So both teams changing it up here. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
McCollum finds Lillard. From deep three-point range, Kennard with the rebound. From deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. From deep three-point range. No good there. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before. Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our monthly short rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got Luka Doncic. He's out there with J.J. Redick. Porzingis is out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the power forward. And for Los Angeles, they've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Beverley. And it's Marcus Morris. And it's Oturu in at the power forward position.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision where he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Outside, Redick. Doncic feeling it out. And Redick the bucket on the assist by Doncic. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM. Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. Doncic kicks to Redick. They get it back. Takes the three. Here's Porzingis. Out to Doncic. Richardson gets a wide open look. His three-pointers off the mark. Richardson against Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, that's just stellar concentration from the talented forward. Marcus Morris effective at keeping his balance on these tough finishes.
Now, here's Doncic. It's Redick on the wing. Lets the three fly. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Oturu. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. Nice D from Porzingis.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Richardson the pass to Doncic. Richardson kicks to Doncic. Inside. Here's Porzingis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
And when engaged, Rondo is special. A triple-double threat who does a little bit of everything for his squad.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Now, here's Burke. Shot clock at 6. Here's Brunson. Out to Hardaway. A shot by Kleba. Wide open. From outside, off the mark. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Pass to George. Second chance shot. The shot, no good. Cauley-Stein with the defensive effort. The Mavericks leading. Out to Hardaway. The pass to Kleba. To the inside. Out to the right wing. Solid as a rock from 20 feet away. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. On the wing, Batum. Here's George. Up and in on the layup.
That's phenomenal athleticism on the drive. Paul George just sprints past everyone with ease.
Passes it to Cauley Stock. Here's Kleba. Pass to Brunson. Back to Kleba. 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Now Brunson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Mavericks shooting their third free throw shot of the game. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the first. Pass to Kleba, to the middle. Here's Hardaway, and the basket is good.
Boy, this guy just finds ways to score. Tim Hardaway Jr. able to finish with contact.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Mavericks. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
On the court for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson out there with Trey Burke. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Kleba in at the 4 spot.
Let's remember that a 7'6" wingspan accompanies the frame of DeMarcus Cousins. Somebody might want to box him out.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Josh Richardson's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Luka Doncic comes in for Trey Burke. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Richardson, no luck. The Clippers trail. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Redick. The drive by Cousins.
Well, you can let the game come to you at times, or in that instance, Mr. Cousins initiating the action.
Redick finds Kleba. Back to Redick. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is coming in for Dwight Powell. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Maxi Kleba. Now the pass to George. From deep. Misses his second shot in 4 attempts from the field. The Mavericks have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that 2-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. The Mavericks have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Good on both.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
To the paint. Here's Oturu. Here's Leonard. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, Kawhi has become one of the smartest offensive players in the game, understanding use of the shot fake and what it can give you.
Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Redick passes to Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Over in the corner, Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
Outside Leonard. Shoots over Doncic. Leonard, no luck. Mavericks trail by 4. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Richardson. Trey Burke's checked in for Luka Doncic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for J.J. Redick. Brunson kicks to Porzingis. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. Oturu with the rebound. Clippers leading by 4. Morris dishes to Leonard. Back to Morris. Oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to go on Trey Burke.
How about Kawhi Leonard? How many guys in the history of their career can say, I was an NBA Finals MVP at 22 and then an NBA Finals MVP at 27? Simply incredible.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Pass to Brunson. From the wing. And no good that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the 2nd quarter.
Burke looking over the floor. Down low, Cauley Stein. It's good. The assist that time from Burke.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Brunson against Rondo. Dishes it to Morris. Outside Rondo. And here's Leonard. He's got 12. Shot clock at 3. It doesn't go for him. So we've reached the end of the first half of play.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 12 points and 1 rebound. And that'll...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Oturu in at the 4 slot. Now here's Doncic. Inside, outside for Redick. Here's the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Redick's got 9 points.
How about the vision from the young Latvian Porzingis showing he really can read the floor and capitalize.
The deep 3 from George. Here's Zubac.
And you don't.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Greg, so many people know your story, born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people you know has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fun memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. Well, we felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Clippers leading by 6. George passes to Leonard. Back to George. There's the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Richardson's running, and Doncic throws it down.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Pass to George. That's tipped and stolen by Richardson. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop.
What a basketball mind when you think about Luka Doncic. This guy in the break is exploiting defenses.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Outside, George. Porzingis with the steal. And again, Dallas running up the court in transition. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And Brunson has it in the corner. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Brunson's got the game tied up here for the Mavs. Outside, George. Here's Cousins. Pass to Kennard. Here's George. Kennard trying to break loose. And that one's good. George has got 4 points in the quarter. And there's a minute 45 left in the 3rd quarter. Brunson the pass to Burke. Brunson against George to the left side wing. Burke kicks to Brunson. Out to Hardaway. To the paint. Here's Cauley Stein. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
The deep 3 from George. No good with the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's the lob to the hoop. Burke finds Cauley Stein. 54 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. For the lead. Here's Brunson. Out to Hardaway. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Goes back up. Over to the wing. 6 to shoot. And they take the lead. And now it's a 3-point Maverick lead.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Brunson against Jackson. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Rebounded by Hardaway.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Here's Kennard. Cousins trying to free himself up. The shot's good from Kennard. Kennard's got his second basket of the game. Outside Hardaway. Stolen by Jackson. And George gets it to go. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Clipper. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the floor for Dallas starting the 4th quarter here. Richardson is out there with Dwight Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. Redick with it. The pass to Doncic. Kicks it out to Richardson. Shot clock at 5. But they get it back. Porzingis. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game. Outside, Redick. Doncic outside. Knocked loose. 5 on the clock. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard's got the ball.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
1 minute now into this 4th quarter. Richardson kicks to Porzingis. Redick passes to Doncic. Now Porzingis goes up the baseline. And too long on the shot. Beverley with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. And that one's good. Beverley.
Patrick Beverley on the inside. Okay, we see you.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Doncic passes to Finney Smith. Outside for Redick. Hits the 3-point bomb.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Morris finds Beverley. Leonard looking over the floor. Shoots over Doncic. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
You know, many consider this guy the best two-way player in the world, and you love that Kawhi Leonard's defense, he is the guy that finishes. That's appropriate.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes to pass now here in the 4th. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That free throw good from Porzingis.
Well, what a pleasure to have a 7-footer who you can play through, because Kristaps Porzingis, that nice shooting form, carries over to the free throw line. That is crucial.
Paul George is checked in for Patrick Beverley.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Here's Zubac. Doncic with the steal. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Anticipating before the play can happen, Luka Doncic gets the break started.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Passes to Zubac. Here's Oturu. 6 on the shot clock. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
Doncic outside, and the wide-open shot from Redick. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th assist in this one. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. George passes to O'Toole. Redick with the rebound. Got a piece of it. The Mavericks trailing. Richardson left side. Doncic passes to Porzingis. He kicks it to Redick. Porzingis inside. Leonard's there. Here's Doncic. And that one clearly a foul. The coach's challenge has been issued. A team like this, onto the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Dallas also making some changes. Billy Cauley-Stein comes in for Richardson. Hardaway is subbed in for J.J. Redick. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Odom.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
Thank you, David. Doncic outside to the inside. Here's Cauley-Stein. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Finney-Smith kicks to Hardaway. Leonard with the steal. Guys, they're holding on to the slimmest of leads.
Yeah, and you can't afford to let that thing get any slimmer.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that.
Dallas calls timeout. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, you need the 3 here. A quick one. I mean, very quick. Has to be catch and shoot. One fluid motion. A very difficult shot, but it is definitely not impossible.
Off the inbound pass. Misses there. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. David, thank you as always. This from earlier on. The Nuggets getting off the team bus. And
Kevin, thanks very much.
sure is. Thanks, D.A. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. They've got Nikola Jokic. Porter is out there with Morris. Then it's Aaron Gordon. It's Najee in at the 4. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4 slot. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And a deep 3 from George. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
Lob pass to Gordon. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Nobody does it better than Gordon on the alley-oop. Boom!
Beverley the pass to George. Offline with his 3.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Gordon kicks to Morris. Back to Gordon. Lock at 6. That one drops for him.
Well, you know what I like to say, persistence pays, and with Gordon, he's the kind of guy who just does not rest on the glass.
It's George on the wing. Zubac the pass to Beverley. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Najee.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
For Denver, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Bounce pass from Morris. Here's Gordon.
Passion is something we love to see no matter what we're doing, and Leonard plays with great passion. A defensive menace who gives everything he has to shut his man down while still doing it at the offensive end, too. Boy, they are frigid right now. I mean, failing to connect on their first 4 attempts.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
George with no one around. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Gordon the pass to Porter. Shoots over Leonard. Porter, no luck. LA's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs. And he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
Here's Jokic. And the shot goes in.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
It's George on the wing. That doesn't go either for George.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Gordon, offensive rebound. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
Stolen by Zubac. And here we go. George heading to the hoop.
And George really good at recognizing his fast break opportunities and scorching, torching the defense with his speed and athleticism in transition.
Down low, stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And a terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and great transition offense.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Paul Millsap is checked in for Denver. Shaquille Harris comes in for Monte Morris.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
That one falls.
A very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Gordon. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Outside Jackson. The dish now to Batum. Jackson kicks to Batum. Jackson passes to Batum. Shot clock at 6. Morris, no good. This is his first free throw of the game. And he makes the first.
Aaron Gordon has a special combination of athleticism and size. And I think his skill set is perfectly tailored for how the game is played today.
Now Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. The shot's good from Kennard. Here's Harrison. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Aaron Gordon making things happen for... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Denver, Paul Millsap out there with Green. Then it's Porter. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Harrison in at the point guard position.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go. And I can't say I blame him.
And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Man's checked in. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from three and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Count the basket. Kennard's got 5. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Green dishes to Porter. And finished off by Porter.
And once Porter has some momentum behind him, boy, he just rides it to the basket. An exceptional dunker of the ball.
Now here's Batum. No points in the game yet for him. Kennard for 3. Harrison with the rebound. And it's Harrison with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. They've led by as much as 10. And that one's good by Porter.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Batum. Over Millsap. A shot by Batum, no good. Here's Porter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They've brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
Here's Morris. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And that one's good. Beverly.
You know, when Beverly plays with that kind of energy, it's infectious. Sprinting the floor like that, an example of that energy.
1:49 left here in the second. McGee, the pass to Harrison. Beverly with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. And it's George finishing it off.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Harrison scanning the floor. Back to Morris. There's Harrison. Defended by Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. The Clippers grab the miss. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance. Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
This game was in danger of getting away from them. They've made a nice push to keep it close.
Here's Najee, and he goes in for the dunk.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Now, here's George. He's got 6. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Again, the Clippers.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
Morris outside. And the layup's good off the glass. Morris has got 6.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
George way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
He can certainly stroke it from deep. The three-pointer is not a shot that George is going to pass up.
Here's Porter. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. The first one falls for him.
You know, as a youth player, Porter's talent was undeniable. Unquestionable, really, but he suffered through some injuries. He didn't get a lot of time on the court in college, and he entered the 2018 draft with a lot to prove.
Kennard on the wing. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, Kent. And one of the strengths of this Denver team is their depth. Shaq has been that way for a while. And that's...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Paul George really making a difference here.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And it's George missing.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards for Aaron Gordon. after that breakout 2019 season, his numbers just didn't hold up.
And, you know, Greg, the issue was his shooting. You know, Gordon had a tough time from distance, especially from three-point range. Some of that is maybe mechanics, but also shot selection a part of it. And I also thought he was a little more passive with the ball, maybe a little more indecisive. But, again, he's a young player, really young player, so I'm thinking it was probably just an off year for him, and he'll bounce back in good fashion.
Here's Morris. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Morris inside. 2 points. That one goes. Morris has got 8 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now, here's George. 14 points for him. And a miss there on the triple.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Passes it to Najee. Here's Jokic. Makes it off the glass. And it's a 7-point Nugget lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's George. And foul on. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 9. Rondo scanning the floor. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
Here's Cousins. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Millsap. The Nuggets leading by 7. Lob pass to Gordon. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Porter. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And Denver with a change here, too. Rivers, he's checked in for Porter. The Clippers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, certainly. Here's Rondo, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Paul Millsap picks one up.
You know, I still think Rondo is a great role player in the league. He knows he's out there to distribute the ball and provide leadership on the floor, and he does both really well.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. The Nuggets also changing it up. JaVale McGee's checked in for Gordon. And it's Bull in for Rivers. Here's Harrison, and he gets it to go. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
A shot by Batum, no good. Nuggets have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. And yes, it's good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now Bowl. Rondo missing on the 3. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. 34 seconds left to play in the third. Jackson passes to Rondo, and it's blocked.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots. When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Rondo wide open. Los Angeles with another miss. Here's Harrison. Kennard covering. The shot by Harrison, no good. Jackson, that's a two-pointer. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Denver holding on to an 11-point cushion. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. The Nuggets leading by 11, and Denver will start the fourth quarter with. We've got Green. He's out there with Paul Millsap. Gordon out there with Monte Morris. Now here's Millsap. 90 that time from Leonard.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. From deep, George sinks the triple. George has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Clippers.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Everly with the ball. The pass to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Morris kicks to Gordon. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Here's Oturu. Leonard dishes to George. The three-pointer, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard.
Oh, goodness! Where did that come from? Oh, that was beautiful. What a punch. Now, here's George. Banked in off the glass. George has got 19 points.
Boy, how about the deceptive strength of George fending off the defense exceedingly well there and taking the ball strong to the rack.
Here's Morris. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Now, here's Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Porter with the steal. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. And it's good for 2.
Jokic has such nice instincts for a big guy. Knows exactly when to shoot off the catch.
Outside, George. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Now, here's George. Shoots it. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop. And the Nuggets lead by 16.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
George way outside. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Denver leading by 16. Pass to Porter. There's the 3. The shot missing. The Clippers go the other way with it.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Nuggets.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
Zubac. The first one falls. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. There's 53 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Back to Rivers. Six on the shot clock. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Rondo. The 3. Zubac trying to break loose. Back to Patterson. Passes it to Mann from deep 3-point range. That shot off. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them. And thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. And the Blazers couldn't have looked any sharper as they came through the tunnel. And with tip.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the five for the Clippers. We've got Reggie Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2 guard. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Powell in at the small forward. McCollum, no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
The deep three from George. And it's George again missing. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Covington passes to Powell. And the 3 off target. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And don't give a cerebral player like Leonard that kind of opening. He'll read that gap.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. It's McCollum on the wing. This one for 3. And that one is off. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
And the scoring versatility of Morris, one of his best attributes, able to beat you in a number of ways.
McCollum with the ball. Lillard outside. Back to McCollum. 6 to shoot. Lillard misses.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Here is Lillard. Pass to Powell. Lillard left side. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Well, not much you can do to stop that. Leonard showing once again his physical prowess at the 10.
And so here's Portland after the Clippers pick up 2. And Lillard kicks to Powell. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good points. Now here's Kennard. Nicholas Batum unable to get his shot to go. Kennard's shot is off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
To the middle, McCollum, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Even though McCollum's a little bit thin, he doesn't mind taking the contact and moving away from it before scoring.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Jones is checked in.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. That'll put Enes Kanter on the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Now, Kanter is so hungry and has the desire to be an impact player on the glass every night. A very good low-post scorer who can rebound at a high level.
Cousins on the follow.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And Kanter pulls it down.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Anthony left side. Jones against Kennard. Jones dishes to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Jones looking for an opening. Another shot, and it's good on the way in.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Kennard on the wing. Cans it from downtown.
Well, if you're open, Patrick Beverley is going to do his best to get you the ball.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers lead by 2. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is 50.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Batum. Rajon Rondo is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Cousins in at center. Anthony, the pass to Simons. Portland needs to get off a shot. To the inside. Kicks it out to Jones. Pass to Anthony. Back to Lillard. Off target with his three.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Now the pass to Beverley. Rondo scanning the floor. Over Lillard. Cousins trying to free himself up. The shot by Rondo is no good. Trailblazers leading by 4. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Beverley against Cantor. Anthony left side. Pass to Simons. Back to Anthony. Unloads from 13. Uses the glass to drop it in. Anthony's got the lead up to 6 now for Portland.
Can't allow that much separation. Even as the pass is coming his way, try and crowd Carmelo as best you can.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. Now he's checked in for Anthony Simons. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And George is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Now here's Rondo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. They get the rebound. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Zubac. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. McCollum passes to Powell. Back to McCollum. He feeds it to Anthony. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Clippers trail by 6. George, no good. Anthony down low. Leonard's there. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. McCollum finds Anthony. Fires from deep. And it's Anthony again missing. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up for Los Angeles. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. McCollum against Rondo. Pass to Powell. And here's Anthony from the arc. Anthony missing again.
This shot's just, it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Robert Covington picks one up.
And the defender was slow reacting, didn't fully account for Kawhi's quickness. Slow played him and gets to the free throw line.
Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. Now McCollum passes it to Lillard. Here's Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. Back to Nurkic. Tries again. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Covington with the steal. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Leonard. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Portland leading. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Portland shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And so he hits both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Cousins finds Beverly. Here's Batum. And the pass to Cousins. Beverly wide open. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Portland out in front, up by 4. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they were up by 2.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Portland. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this here at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that, more than anything, allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. that wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. It's McCollum with the drive. Good work there as it goes. McCollum's got 5 now.
Well, as his confidence grows, McCollum gets himself into attack mode, and that's where his game goes to another level. Beautiful drive by the young phenom.
And here's Morris for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Covington kicks to Powell. A 3-ball. Paul George grabs the miss. Clippers trail by 6. Here's Leonard. It's good. 10 points for him.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. On the wing, Batum. No good on the triple. Trailblazers leading by 6. Hollis Jefferson passes to McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Offensive rebound. Out left to the wing. Outside, Covington. No good from outside.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
With the fadeaway. Beverly for 3. And George kicks to Beverly. Shoots the 3. Releases. The shot by George, no good.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
To the paint. Pass to Simons. Over to the left wing. Hollis Jefferson. A three-pointer off the mark. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Clippers trail by 6. George passes to Cousins. Three-pointer. George, no good.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
Well, that's a go-to for CJ. He looks to spray it from three-point line as much as he possibly can.
A different look now for Portland. Harry Giles is checked in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Derek Jones in for C.J. McCollum. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Mann's checked in. Kennard for three. No good that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. 51 seconds left to play in the third. Simons surveying the D. The shot's good from Cantor.
This is a guy who plays with a high motor and who enjoys contact. Cantor feasting inside.
Pass to Kennard to stop the run. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
No, showing off a little bit on that one. That's a play when your coach goes, no, no. Okay, good play. Get back on defense.
Trailblazers leading by 8. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Simons. And another three for Portland. The Clippers shooting a low 30% mark from the field. From deep. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Jones the pass to Simons. He lobs it up, and Jones slams it home. Jones has got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
Good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
And so it's Portland looking at a third. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so here's Portland. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. That's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Zubats in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Outside for Jackson. Back to Rondo. Passes to Jackson. Clock at 6. Leonard, no luck. Trailblazers leading by 13. Ahead, here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Well, that's right on the money from Lillard. That's how you finish a possession.
From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 8 rebounds in this game. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Here we go, one-on-one. Jones finds Lillard. The wide open look here for Anthony. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers trail by 15. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That aggressive mindset of his, Leonard putting it on the floor and drawing contact.
So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Derek Jones. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. The pass to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And the Trailblazers lead by 16. Pass to Leonard. It's George on the wing. And again, no good by the Clippers. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Kicks it out to Lillard. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Powell. It's McCollum on the wing. Here's Powell. For 3, Covington drops in the tray. Covington's got his first 3 points of the game.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Clippers trail by 19. Pass to Leonard. Shoots over Powell. Second shot opportunity. And the wide open shot from Morris. The Clippers rebound. And here's George for 3. George missing again.
That's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Trailblazers leading by 19. Lillard with it. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. He can't get that one, so the Clippers will take it the other way. Jackson dishes to George. Over McCollum. They get it back. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Portland.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Enes Kanter.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Lillard way outside. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Los Angeles now. Outside, George. Jackson kicks to Leonard. And here's George. From deep. Rebound by Nurkic. McCollum feeling it out a bit. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy,
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final view. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Oturu in at the power forward position. And for Dallas, Richardson is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Doncic. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Zubac trying to break loose. And it's Beverley missing. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. Pass to Finney-Smith from downtown. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
And how about the setup? Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Redick surveying the D. On the wing, Doncic. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to Zubac. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Oh, that's blocked.
He's a factor defensively. He's 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan. Josh gets off the floor quickly.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
So it's the Clippers now. The Mavericks making the shot. And there's the pass to Oturu. Morris outside. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. From 12 feet out. It's rebounded by Porzingis. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Pushes it quickly, and he gets something before the defense can set up. Richardson's a good finisher in transition.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish. And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Now, here's Beverly. Leonard on the wing. Richardson cover. Looking to end the run. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Comfortable inside, plus the 7'3" wingspan. Hard to stop Kawhi without fouling.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Burke, the pass to Brunson. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Marjanovic kicks to Cauley-Stein. Back to Marjanovic. Paul George with the steal. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Clippers trail by 5. George looking over the floor. Passes it to Cousins. Here's man. It's George on the wing. George double teamed. Stolen by Brunson. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
1:31 left in the first quarter of the game.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
And it's Burke with the ball for Dallas. Inside. Marjanovic passes to Cauley-Stein. Fast break, here they come. And George with the stuff.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well versed in finishing above the rim.
Now here's Burke. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Brunson finds Burke. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Dallas no good that time either. The Clippers trail. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Batum. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Hardaway with a wide open look. That one's off. Still out of sync. Here's George. Pass to man. Left side, George. That shot misses. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers.
Venom.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
And they took advantage of some careless ball handling, some careless passing. You have to be more careful around these guys.
Hardaway is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell, and it's Burke in at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. The Clippers in the lead. Jackson looking it over. Kennard on the wing. Back to Jackson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Jackson's got the lead. Back up to 3 now for the Clippers.
Lots of contact. Jackson with the strength to power through. Something he didn't have when he first entered the league.
Burke dishes to Hardaway. Kleber kicks to Hardaway. Pass to Burke. Out left to the wing. Runs in the pass to Burke. Misses the 3. Clippers leading by 3, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Richardson finds Redick, and they pick up 2.
And even from mid-range, J.J. Redick is the kind of shooter where that's a highly efficient shot.
Now here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. There's the pass to Oturu. Here's Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Now here's Richardson, and the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Doncic. It's a 5-point game. And the wide open shot from Redick. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Redick's got 5 points now this quarter.
And if you let Redick set his feet and just catch and shoot, you're in for a long night.
Here's Leonard. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Leonard's got 8 points.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Passes it to Porzingis. Down low. Dallas moving it around. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Mavericks have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. And so he hits the technical free throw. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes.
Oh, what a play!
Watch your head. So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Porzingis passes to Richardson. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. 6 points for him.
For a guard, Josh Richardson has all type of length. He is consistently getting to the lane, and he can score.
The feed to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Outside, Redick. In the corner, it's Richardson. Stolen by Jackson. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And that one, good. And now a 7-point Clipper lead.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Doncic kicks to Redick. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Jackson. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Pass to Richardson. Now, Cauley Stein. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And up the floor again, the Clippers running the floor. Here's George. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
Inside, Doncic lays it up off the glass. Doncic has got 5 now.
He's a great shooter, but not just a gunner. JJ finding the open man.
Jackson against Redick. Here's George. Good work defensively by Richardson.
What a defensive play.
And so we conclude the first half. Clippers lead by 9.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They ended the period holding on to. And that.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Patrick Beverley out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4. Mavericks trail by 9. Throws it up high. An emphatic LU jam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Leonard on the wing. Guarded by Doncic. Tries it from 9. And Leonard gets it to go. He's got 12.
This is what Leonard gives you. Reliable, productive, churns out positive plays.
Leonard against Doncic. To the middle for Porzingis. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. Brunson, good.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Here's Leonard. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. That one goes in. Brunson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Up top, Leonard. 12 points for him. Yep, it counts.
Pushing the action. Always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
Burke looking over the floor. Feeds to Cauley Stein. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Cauley Stein's got his first 2 points.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Back to Beverly. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
That's lit right there, courtesy of Kawhi's natural explosiveness.
Mavericks trail by 5. Outside Hardaway. Now the dish to Cauley Stein. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Stolen by Jackson. And George, here we go.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
The Mavericks have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Redick for 3. Kept alive. Porzingis. Doncic kicks to Redick. 3-pointer. No good from Finney Smith.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Clippers leading by 7. And here's George. 8 points for him. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
The Mavericks have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. And Richardson drops them both. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. On the wing, Batum. Outside, George. Outside for Batum. Pass to Cousins. A second chance effort. And he sinks the layup. Cousins has got 6.
If you thought that was an easy score for DeMarcus, you're right. He has endless moves to work with in the painted area.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Finney Smith kicks to Redick. 6 on the shot clock. For the 3. Here's Porzingis. Takes the 3. Dallas again missing.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
The pass to Porzingis. Redick is in the corner. Pass to Finney-Smith. A pass to Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
To the inside.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And no good. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Clippers on top, leading by 8. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. On the floor for Dallas, Maxi Kleber is out there with Doncic. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Redick in at the point. Doncic against Morris. Powell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Nicholas Batum. And the first one at the line is good. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Jalen Brunson comes in for Luka Doncic. And Trey Burke subbed in for J.J. Redick. Los Angeles leading by 8. Outside, George. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Burke finds Cauley-Stein. Hardaway from outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And that goes out of bounds. Pass touch by Cauley-Stein. Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. George against Hardaway. And George, here we go. Cauley-Stein with the defensive effort. Mavericks trail by 10. Now the Mavericks moving it up. And Zubac picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Here's Doncic. Redick passes to Porzingis. Doncic outside. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Everly with the ball. Outside, George. Clock at 6. Zubac in the post. Guarded by Porzingis. Beverly the pass to George. Over Porzingis. Los Angeles with another miss.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And just wanting it more there. You gotta like seeing Porzingis beat everyone to the spot in the open floor.
George with the bounce pass. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
A mistake by the defender, following a very good free throw shooter in Kawhi.
Morris is checked in for George. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Here's Redick. And now we've got the intentional foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. And so here is Dallas. Pass to Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Poked loose. Stolen by Beverly. Right side George. George double teamed. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so it's Dallas with it. Mavericks trail by 8. Right side Redick. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Trying to shoot himself out of his slump. And it's not going well.
Leonard on the wing. 1:31 left to play in the final quarter. Outside, George, just 5 to shoot. Looking to get it going. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
1:15 left in the 4th quarter. The drive by Redick. Kicks it out to Richardson. Back to Redick.
An all-defensive first-teamer. Beverly once again getting up into his man and locking him down.
Los Angeles leading by 8. Outside, George. Beverly finds George. Shot clock at 6. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. And so here is Dallas. So far in the 4th quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Doncic with the bucket.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Beverly the pass to Morris. Leonard on the wing. Headed by Porzingis. 6 to shoot. Leonard looking around. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Now into the lineup for the Clippers. Paul George.
There's 10 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Outside, Redick lets the 3 fly. It's good.
And with that unique combination of size and skill, Porzingis is a dependable late game.
David, thank you. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in the power forward. And for the Nuggets, we've got Aaron Gordon. He's out there with Porter. Jokic is out there with Rivers. And a deep three from George. Denver grabs the miss.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And it's sent back by Morris.
Well, Marcus Morris, the frame and the length to block shots, that's pretty.
And it's sent back by George. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Los Angeles with another miss. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Denver passing it around. Rivers gets a wide open look. But they recover it. Passes to Jokic. Stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years. And if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
In a tough season a year ago for Aaron Gordon, Doris, fell short of the output he had the last few years and had a tough time hitting from the outside.
Look, Greg, you're an former NBA player, so you know the history here. Trying to find a rhythm while fighting through injuries is very difficult to do. This guy's got unbelievable athleticism. He's sharpening his skills. I think it's just a matter of time for Aaron Gordon.
Gordon, the pass to Jokic. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Now, here is George. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's George. From deep three-point range. Los Angeles with another miss.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
You got to love the penetration by Paul George. He's really quick on his feet, and the defense cannot handle him right now.
It's his first trip to the line.
And worth mentioning, guys, the free throw percentage he brought in from last season, how about 88%?
Paul Millsap's checked in for Denver. Harrison comes in for Austin Rivers. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, just phenomenal at using that vertical on the offensive boards. Porter just gifted at coming up with second and third chance opportunities.
Rondo. Porter pulls it in.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And there's another turnover by the Nuggets. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific play.
Three terrific kids. You're right.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
We've got 1:18 left in the first. Kennard on the wing. Back to Rondo. And Batum kicks to Beverly. Cousins trying to free himself up. A shot that time, not on target. Nice D from Porter. Here's Millsap. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Appreciate the hustle from Millsap there. Leaking out well and getting to the right spot.
Pass to Kennard. There's the three. Here's Cousins. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his fifth rebound in this one. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Nuggets. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Mann's checked in. One-on-one fast break. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Nice work to get it inside and
draw the contact.
For Los Angeles, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Here's Harrison, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Porter, and it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Clippers trail by 6. The pass to Man from deep. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Porter's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Harrison. Off target at the rim. 1 second left. He doesn't hit that one. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nuggets ahead, up by 6. And back in a moment. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a few thoughts.
Southwest, I mean, you need to look your...
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Man in at the small forward. It's deflected. And here comes the break. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. No good that time. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Here's Rivers. He makes that one drop. Only a second and 5 tries.
There is a determination that Austin Rivers brings on dribble drives. He will not fear contact. Believe that.
Pass to Beverley. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. Gordon's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And they continue to control the glass.
You know, the coaching staff loves seeing this kind of playmaking from Austin Rivers, the willingness to share the basketball.
Beverley looking around from outside the arc. Rebound by JaVale McGee. The Nuggets leading by 9. Here's Harrison, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. Floats it up for Cousins.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. And Millsap, here we go. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
Way to attack there off the dribble. Millsap showing great instincts in getting to the rack.
Clippers trail by 9. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Kennard's shot is off. For Denver, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Here's Rivers. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Beverley finds Batum. Looking for Beverley. He gets it there. It's a hand on it. Cousins on the follow. Cousins has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, big frame, great hands, and Cousins a load on the offensive glass.
Passes it to Gordon. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the second quarter.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And finished off by Rivers.
Well, you love to see Austin Rivers attack. This guy has the frame and the game to make the dribble drive.
Right wing. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Kennard on the wing. At 3 off the mark.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 15.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Jackson kicks to Morris. George against Rivers. George, no good. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Jokic, no good. And here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. And it goes down 2 points.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Pass to Gordon. Over Leonard. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. It dropped for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Jackson looking around. His 3-pointers off the mark. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Rivers has got the ball. Excellent D there from George. And so it's the Denver Nuggets. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Denver came ready to play. They had the upper hand early, defense and offense. And that's a...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Austin Rivers with a strong contribution so far in this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
They've got Austin Rivers. Gordon out there with Michael Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Kicks it to Gordon. Good on the 3-point shot. Gordon's got 7.
Wow, burying that jumper on a more consistent basis. Aaron Gordon's superb at realizing when to pull the trigger.
George with no one around. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Jokic passes to Gordon. He kicks it to Rivers. 5 to shoot. Here's the teardrop. George with the defensive effort.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. But boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And it's Leonard missing. The Nuggets leading by 13. Campazzo, and the layup's good off the glass. 8 points for him.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Back to Jackson. And here's George for 3. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Rivers. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Well, January 15th of 2015 provided a special moment in NBA history. Austin Rivers made his debut for the Clippers guys, who were coached, of course, by Doc Rivers. That was the first time in history a father coached his son in an NBA game. What a special, special time.
And the Clippers making a change here. Rondo's checked in.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Oh, Leonard in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Here's Harrison. And Millsap, here we go. Plenty of space. That shot misses. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And George with the stop.
This is how athletic Paul George is, an absolute monster around the rim.
The Nuggets leading by 13. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Jokic finds Porter. Here's Harrison. Jokic inside, working on Zubac. Jokic, no good. Clippers trail by 13.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season. Came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he...
Oh, goodness gracious.
About that finish.
Oof, wow.
From deep, George. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, he had trouble making shots in the first period, but rounding into himself here in the second.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. 1:32 left in the third quarter. Campazzo, defended by Beverly. Yep, that one goes. Jokic has got 8 points.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
Now the pass to Beverly. Four on the shot clock.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Green dishes to Porter. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Porter's got his second basket.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
So the wing on the left. Pass to man. Kennard for three. It's hauled in by Jokic. Jokic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Outside for Millsap. Offensive rebound. Up top, Porter. Kennard covering. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Here's Beverly. Drops in the layup for 2.
This guy is such an intelligent guard. Patrick Beverly finding a driving lane and finishing.
Campazzo had a hand on it, but he recovers it. And so it's Denver with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Defensive. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the small forward.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Marcus Morris is checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Paul George in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Green. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Free throw drops for Green. And the Nuggets making a change here. Rivers checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Sinks the three-pointer.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
It's Jokic top of the key. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
The Nuggets leading by 13. Here's Rivers. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Fires the three. George, no good. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. And the call on the shot. It sends him to the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. No good on the free throw. Michael Porter, he's checked in for JaMychal Green. He hits the second from the line.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Here's Leonard. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time. Yeah, the defender all over him.
He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. Clippers trail by 15. George looking around. Los Angeles with another miss.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Rivers against George. And it's Gordon missing.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. To the paint, here's Jokic. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And it's George missing. The Nuggets leading by 15. Jokic with it, guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. From beyond the arc and then some. Jokic has got 5 points now this quarter. Los Angeles has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Kicks it out to Leonard. And the wide-open shot from Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Denver.
Their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jokic.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
And Los Angeles guys shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. From deep. The offensive rebound. The 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Lets it go with the 3. Rebound by the Clippers.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
Now, here's Porter. From deep 3-point range.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.